I do have a pre-topic for us here because it was just Halloween. You know what I'm saying? And
Halloween.
Halloween. And you know on Halloween, they always have to have one person, not one, a few people that just get out of pocket. So let me show y'all this up on the screen here. So this is courtesy of Six Strip TV. Woman confronts a group of teenagers for dressing up in blackface costume on Halloween. Some white kids.
White kids?
Yeah. It's always white kids.
They should get their ass whooped still.
No. You guys are literally in college. You guys are not going to get any scholarships because this is a hate crime.
We all dropped out of high school.
And I still don't think it's appropriate for you guys to be doing this. It's really it's really not funny. Do you understand that none of you will
I'm sorry I started dark with this, man. Why does this happen every year, man? Every year. And people, the thing is, people get outraged every year. Like, yo, you're not supposed to do blackface, but it still happens every year.
Yo, Zara, speak for your people, dog.
Well, thankfully, I don't belong to this subsection of the whites, but I will speak on behalf of all whites. I think that blackface and what's it called? Minstrel
show.
Yeah. It's so ingrained in like white American DNA that I feel like it's almost like they have this natural inclination towards it even at a young age, and maybe they don't see anything wrong with it. It's you kind of toe a line because like if you're gonna get freedom of expression, you kind of have to give it all across the board.
Yeah.
So like it's kind of like I feel like they should be allowed to do it, but they should like also face the consequences.
Whoa! This should be allowed to do it, but you know,
if they get snuffed in the face, that's on them. But like, if we're gonna grant the Constitution to everyone and freedom of stuff, then it's like you should also be able to wear like other quote unquote like racy costumes.
You're gonna pull this back 10 years from now or 20 years from now. She was probably telling those kids they're not going to get jobs in the future and all types of shit.
Yeah, and he was like, I don't care.
Okay, you want to know why? Because I think most of the people you've seen do the blackface, like Trudeau and certain other like high up people, right? I think it's an initiation thing.
I think that's a stretch for these kids at a Walmart, but
yeah. I think, it sounds like a stretch, right? It sounds like our reach, right? But if you really look into it, we're going to see what he's doing years from now to see if he becomes a bum or not, right?
Premier. He's the premier of some province somewhere.
I'm telling you guys something. You guys are going to be like, holy shit.
He's running the banks.
It's a whole system they set up.
I feel
you
like
got to do this in order to get through. You get what I'm saying? Like, it's wild to me. I think they should do it if you want to have that freedom of speech shit. But, like, it's where you do it.
I feel like these kids are just trying to...
It's dumb.
I feel like these kids are just trying to get a reaction, you know, like even in the race.
Who though? White people or black people?
Look at where they went. They went to a Walmart with this. They obviously had their cameras and stuff. They're gonna post it. Like what they're trying to do is like this is TikTok generation. You know what I mean? Where like, oh, let's see how dumb I could be. This is like the class clown, like times 1,000 type thing. You know what I mean? Where they're literally not taking it serious. You know what I mean? So like, I don't even think this is like freedom of expression or whatever. I think they're just trying to troll.
Rage bait.
Like literally rage bait. Race bait, rage bait, everything. You know what I mean?
Everything.
So,
but do you think it does jeopardize their positioning in life in the future?
If their identity gets leaked, if they get doxxed and stuff.
Well, they are pretty much doxxed. If I'm looking at them, like I know they have blackface on in the picture and whatever, but I can tell if I knew who they are, like from the neighborhood or whatever, I could be like, yo, that's Joey and Billy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
They're going to have to start their own businesses. I don't know if a major corporation, if they Google their name and they see it pop up, like they're not going to hire them just for their own interest, right? So I don't know, pick up a trade.
I don't know if I believe that though. I feel like in these days and times, it might be because, you know, we have this outrage and whatever. But a lot of these guys, you know, like Dusty was saying, Trudeau included, they end up having big positions in life. You go dig up their shit and they find they got the blackface and it's like, so what?
Those are exceptions.
It's so.
If you're rich, you can kind of do whatever and you'll be fine. You know,
I don't give a shit.
Yeah, maybe they are rich. Maybe their parents come from money.
And I'm gonna be something one day, and I'm gonna own this place.
But yo, like Okay, this is what I will say because I know you're saying like it doesn't fall under like freedom of expression, but like even the trolling aspect, like the right to do that is under freedom of expression. So I feel like we kind of get into muddy waters where it's like, should certain things be like thrown out as like, I don't care about freedom of expression. This is now a hate crime. This is now hate speech, right? And where do we draw that line, especially in public? Like,
because how is it not if like you're like it's not even a reenactment of slavery, you know, like they're just literally trolling being like slaves that ran out of jail or whatever.
No, they're being black people. They're doing a stereotype. I'm black
and I'm
in jail.
You know, like how is that?
Wearing stripes.
Can someone dress up as Mustache Man, for example? Like, is that considered hate speech? Or like a so-called like an Aboriginal person, like back in. I can't lie though, it's always white people with the racist costumes. Now that I'm thinking about
it. No, but another thing, if a celebrity came out with a Mustache Man costume, do you think there'll be any repercussions for that? Definitely,
probably.
Some like, lose their bank account and things.
Yeah, for celebrity. I think there's certain people like the Mustache Man, and I think everybody knows, you know, name starts with H. There's certain people in society or in history that if you dress up as that person, it's automatic hate speech. You know what I'm saying? The black and white thing is still kind of touchy because what about Juski?
I was just thinking that, but that's such a like exception to the practice. Like that's like a one skit. Or like if you want to talk about white chicks.
One skit? Because he has like 2 skits where
what I will say to that is
whiteface.
It's not like they're dressing up as like Barack Obama. It's not like they're dressing up as like a normal average black person. They're dressing up as like the worst depiction of a black, you know what I mean? So it's just like,
and listen, don't get me wrong. I think the Drewski skits are funny. But just to play devil's advocate, if it's not cool to do the blackface, then why is it cool for Drewski to do whiteface?
It's a reverse racism.
No, because they've been doing it to us for so long. Look at from the cartoons from like the 1930s, and and he's in America, where he came from a time where his grandmother looked at him and said, "You know, I wasn't allowed to use that washroom over there, right?"
And there's no historical.
He has a little bit more like he can, like how you're saying they can. He kind of can. In a comical way. You know what I mean? I don't look at him like funny for doing a white face. Like I think it's funny, but I don't look at him as like him being racist.
Because there's no historical implications.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Like, look at it as him being racist, bro. I look at that more being like, what do you hear at your home from your parents? What made you dress like this?
Yo, but Halloween is a lot of cosplaying. So let's just take acting, for example. Like Robert Downey Jr., he played that black dude in that movie, right?
Yeah.
So like
Pineapple Express, I think.
No, not Pineapple Express.
Tropic Thunder.
Tropic Thunder. Yeah. I always mix those up. Yeah.
So is his depiction racist inherently because it's a non-black person putting on like a cosplay? Or is it like, can you appreciate the performance from just like an art perspective?
I appreciated it from that perspective, the art side. Because when I first seen it, like, you know, the preview and shit, I was like, yo, I want to see this movie as a black, you know, young man.
I also feel that when that came out, we weren't as sensitive to the stuff. So it was like, in hindsight, now people are like, yo, wait a minute, he was wearing blackface. You know what I'm saying? But when the movie came out, there was no outrage about it.
And that movie is still goated, like even to this day.
Goated.
So like
it's hilarious.
And I think it's the intention behind it, you know what I mean? Like, okay, when Drewski does the whiteface, like I said, there's no like racist historical implications behind it. Black people didn't really put white people through slavery in recent history that we could see, you know what I mean? So it's not gonna hit the same as if it's the other way around. And especially, like I said, if you're depicting the worst version of a black person, there's no art behind it. There's no like beautiful intention behind it. You're literally just trying to troll niggas.
Yeah.
Okay. So not to interrupt you, but I'm going to throw some more in the pot though. Okay. Because there's those different implications or those different depictions, I mean, of black people when you do the stereotypes. But what if like a white kid just dressed up as Kobe Bryant but put on blackface? There's a lot of cases of that, of people dressing up as their favorite artists, sports stars or whatever, but they didn't know that they weren't supposed to do the blackface, and then they got in trouble.
I feel like black people allowed them. They're like, okay, like that's just
no. They didn't allow them. They got in trouble for it. That's what I'm saying. There's other times where people got in trouble for wearing blackface, but they weren't like dressed as like a person in jail. They were dressed as like one of their favorite stars, and people were like, "Yo, bro, you can't do that."
But it's like if I didn't put on this like face paint or whatever, I would just be a guy in a Kobe Bryant jersey. Like I had to like go
crazy.
all in.
Yeah, but then people got mad. So it's like
But who are
it's
these
not
people?
only stereotypes.
Like who you talking about? Jimmy Kimmel when he did
liberal whites?
No, like online shit. This is usually like post online.
like I would have to see some type of poll, like how many black people really like push that
because
button
I've
and
seen
how many
posts
white
where
people
like
really push the button, because I think it would be more with the white people who'd be like, hey.
No, it's usually, and listen, this is just off of me recollection. It's usually black people in the comments or people of color that are like, yo, you can't do that, fam. Like, all right, put on the jersey or whatever, but what are you doing with the paint on all over and stuff like that? People get cheesed.
Yeah, but
and they're not stereotyping nobody. They're not like, oh, this is a guy in jail or something like. They're just like, I'm Michael Jordan.
So
like,
we are.
What's the problem?
So we are smarter, because back in the day, you'd see Black Elvis. You wouldn't see a black guy put like baby powder on him before he come out try to be Elvis.
Yeah, but would it be wrong? Because if Drewski was to do, if Drewski does like the redneck guy, that's a stereotype of a redneck. And he made himself a white guy, but there's black country ass people.
Can you accept blackface dependent on the intentions, or is it always inherently wrong?
As long as you don't put the red lips around it.
Okay, that's a specific criteria, but that's valid.
If I see you with the red lips all big and round, bro, I'm punching you in those.
Like what Drake did?
Yo, Drake. Yeah,
why you got to bring up all shit, nigga?
Brother, who is that guy on your podcast, brother?
From the conversation started, I tried not to bring it up. So.
What's wrong with him, brother?
From the conversation started, I tried not to bring it up.
No, but that was perfect.
And I won't
segue.
bring it up on the screen.
So yeah, you're cool with it, like
whoa.
As long as it doesn't have the lips, is what you just said.
You're gonna have all the Black Panthers, everybody after
the FBA is gonna be in the comments down.
They had my back last year. You're gonna have them off of me. I'm not saying it. I'm saying it in a cosplaying way, you know. But if you're doing it in a big lip, black face, red lips,
like a caricature, kind of like old school minstrel type,
like if you're going like that route and then jumping around like a jackass. Yeah, no.
Okay.
What about you, Natural?
I'm all for the art of it. You know what I mean? So like Tropic Thunder, Golden movie, even Quentin Tarantino, like when he did Django and that type of I love those movies, you know? So like the intention behind those, I'm fine with that, you know? But anything like this, I'm not rocking with it, you know?
Mm-hmm.
But yo, Busta Rhymes did that. Martin Lawrence did it.
White chicks.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm not cool with this. Like, imagine if I had kids and they did this, I'd be like, you're so dumb. Like, why would you do that? But like, I feel like just as someone who like is a big proponent of freedom of expression, I'm like, okay, like you kind of gotta let everything allow everything in that sense, and then it's like you gotta face the consequences of your actions.
Yeah. I'm more on the, if it's good for the goose, then it's good for the gander, right? I could understand how people will get offended, obviously, at the blackface stuff. I'm not cool with it. But if I'm not cool with that, then you can't let people do the white face neither. And I understand it's not the same historical implications and different things like
crazy.
that. But it's like, then we got to ban it all the way around, bro.
Or
just allow it. Or allow it.
You don't like that. Now, is that racism?
You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying.
You can't. Yeah, you're right.
You can't have it both ways. You know what I'm saying? If especially like people get outraged. Not everybody got outraged that Drewski. Barely anybody did, but a couple of people did.
And
everybody has to shut up then. That's the way I look at it.
So you're saying this is the same thing as what Drewski did?
It's not, but
you're saying if they can't do this, then Drewski can't do that.
Kinda, yeah. That's what I'm saying.
That's crazy, yo. Cook him, bro. That's Friday, Ricky Dredd.
They know where to find me. I've been cooked many times.
What I will add to that, because there's two sides. Like one side will be like, well, now you're just giving preferential treatment to this group, this identity, like the politics group or whatever, because of what they went through historically. But then the other side is because of the injustices, like it's almost like equality feels like oppression or something like that. So like one side is kind of like, well, you can't police my speech and what I can wear because of historical injustices. And another side is, yo, we're just like kind of evening out the playing field because of the historical injustices.
If that's the case, then like why do natives get any like preferential treatment in any aspect? If like historical implications shouldn't matter and let's all just be even.
It is reparations in a sense, like lifelong reparations for natives.
Yeah, and they've been changing all the names of the teams. It's the Washington Commanders now. It's not the Cleveland. What is it? The
Indians.
But what is it now? It's like it's changed. It's the Cleveland something now. It's not the Cleveland Indians anymore. They've changed all that.
Is it one of them is like the Washington football team? They got petty with it still. They're like, oh, this is the new name.
No, they changed it to the Commanders
or something like
because it was the football team for like a year or so. They couldn't figure out a name, bro.
I think they were just being petty still.
No, they were just like, we got to get rid of this name, but until we can figure out a name, it's just the football team, right? But listen, man, I just wanted to, a little thought experiment out there. It happens every single year. Every year we're going to see somebody do blackface that offends people. You know what I'm saying? So should we continue to be offended or just say, you know what? Because like the last thing, the less offended that people or the less outraged people act about it, the less power the shit has. You feel what I'm saying? So like when people are calling this kid out in the store and they're making a big deal about it, it's like empowering him because he's actually getting what he wants from the rage bait. You feel what I'm saying? But like if now we just stop acting like we're outraged about shit, because we really aren't. We're like outraged for like 10 seconds until the next viral thing happens. Then that shit won't have the same amount of power.
But it wasn't even a black person paging him. It was another white thing. So that's like the white savior, white guilt thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, they did a similar experiment where some guy walked around dressed as like a stereotypical Mexican with the sombrero and stuff. He went up to white people and asked, like, is this offensive? They're like, yeah, as a white man, yeah. Then he went up to a bunch of Mexicans. They're like, no, I like it. Like, it's cool. Like, I have no problem with this. You look good. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I think that white savior complex often kicks in.
It's a slippery slope, man. Okay, let's start the show.
We
Thanks
love
for
hip-hop.
watching. If you enjoyed this video, please make sure to check out these other videos on the screen and make sure to like and subscribe.
We love hip hop.